Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I've been sharing some different videos on the channel where I've taken you guys for a walk in the forest with me. I have been spending a lot more time outdoors, so I am totally inspired by all the flowers, all the greenery out here, and I've been contemplating on playing around with watercolors. This would be a completely new world for me. I do love painting, but I don't consider myself an artist in any way, shape or form in drawing. So I have taken to Skillshare. They have sponsored this video and they have these wonderful classes on their program. They have a website and an app to make it super easy if you want to be portable, and I've been kind of looking at some of their watercolor painting videos, tutorials. They have over 20,000 classes on there, so you can take anything from business to videography, photography, hand lettering. Oh, I even did not too long ago I took some time management classes, productivity classes, and those were really wonderful as well. So if you're looking for something for personal development or even for business, they have it all. And they're super affordable, and also on top of it they're giving you 2 free months. If you follow the description or the link in the description down below, they will give you 2 free months of their premium membership, so it unlocks all their features and you have access to them all for 2 free months. So definitely take advantage of that today. I wanted to do a DIY, and some of the boho very light airy colors were speaking to me from this beautiful calendar from the Dollar Tree, so I incorporated those, but I really would love to be able to do my own watercoloring, and so I thought Skillshare would provide a few lessons for me. Maybe I will incorporate that in a future video. If some of you are into painting, please let me know down below. I wish I could paint. I know that sometimes practice is what all you need, or just trying it is all we need to do, but I have been a little bit intimidated to do that on a canvas, and you know that Dollar Tree has wonderful canvases to play with. But anyways, I want to share this DIY with you. There's a couple options, and I hope that some of the techniques that I've shared with you in this tutorial will help you with future DIYs. And until next time everyone, enjoy the process. Bye for now. This calendar is from the Dollar Tree, and they have some beautiful ones out right now with lovely prints. However, I'm going with an inspiration from my daughter's room, and her room has a very beautiful purplish pink backboard behind her bed and has little crystals built into it. So this purplish pink suits her room really nicely, and I'm definitely making something for her, and then I think something for my craft room with this plank here. So I'm just picking a couple pages that speak to me, that have a nice quote that means something to me, and I'm going to share with you how I'm going to transform these 2 pieces from the Dollar Tree. The mason jar cutout is also from the Dollar Tree. On the back is actually a Halloween print. I'm sorry I didn't flip it in time to share with you, but you will see it as I'm working with it. It has a really awful, to me, Halloween print on the back, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to use it for her room decor. For the sticker on the back, you can just sand it off, you can peel it back. I'm using just a razor kind of to lift it up, and then I'm just using the razor to work off any of the extra paper that you see here. You can use a piece of sandpaper or a nail file, something smooth to smooth it all out, but it doesn't need to be removed. I'm going to be coating this with a layer of white paint from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the string because I'm not going to use that to hang it. And I'm going to coat the back of my mason jar with just one even coat. I don't need to do extra. I kind of want it to look a little bit distressed, so just one coat, and then I'm going to do the side borders as well just to make sure it's all even. And here's the ugly side. So there you go. So you just want to go around it, making sure everything is one unified color. And I'm going to share with you how I kind of give this board a little more texture. So here's the picture that I'm going to transfer onto this mason jar, and I'm going to use Mod Podge, an even coat on the back, and then I'm going to smoothly transfer over the calendar page right onto this mason jar. I always find the easiest way to remove any bubbles that happen is with an actual little ball of plastic. It can be an old grocery bag or something plastic. Some people like to use a credit card or a gift card to smooth out the bubbles. I like to use a little piece of plastic. I'm not sure why, but just it's something that works really well for me.
So at this point, I'm going to take my hands and just rip paper all around it just to give it more of like an authentic look. You could use a pair of scissors to cut your image out, but I really wanted to just have like more of a blended effect into the background, and the reason why I'm just ripping and tearing here. I'm taking a nail file. You can use a piece of sandpaper as well, and anything that's left flapping over the side borders, just kind of smooth your nail file back and forth, and it will just peel away as if it was cut. You can use a pair of scissors for this as well, but I just find sometimes a nail file or a piece of sandpaper will do the trick here. Now you want to kind of have all that purple blend in with the background. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to coat the top here of my page with Mod Podge, and then I'm going to mix some paints with the original white that I have, creamy color antique white. So you'll see that I'm going to mix some cotton candy paint with the white, the antique white, so that I kind of pick up on that background color of the calendar page. Now I do realize the pink is a little bit too bright, so I'm adding a little bit of this violet or purple to pick up a little bit of the deeper undertones of purple. So I'm just going to blend this up, and then I'm going to show you how I work it into the background. So I dabbed some paint right on, and then I took a wet cloth and, well, damp, wet old t-shirt cloth, and I'm just going to blend the paints in just to kind of have certain areas a little bit darker than other areas. And you'll start to see the colors all kind of come together on your background and how you like it. So along the borders, you can actually add a little extra paint, and that will give it a little more depth or definition to your background. Now I've decided I wanted to add a little gray, so I just got some gray acrylic paint as well from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just lining up the sides here where I want it to kind of have shadow accents, if that makes sense. You could use brown as well to go with the antlers, but I thought the boho softer colors, the grays, the pinks, and the purples would tie in a little bit smoother to, like, I'm not sure how to explain, but it's just softer to look at than something all of a sudden that's like brown, and it would be a little more stark to the eye. So now you just accent little bits here and there, and then again you blend out the colors. They're very subtle changes, but it makes such a big change from it having, when you were looking at it just like an antique white, to now all of a sudden these little blended accents. It's just very subtle, but makes a huge difference. I wanted to accent the plaque with some gems. So what I'm going to do is take some beading string from the Dollar Tree, masking tape, and these acrylic gems are all from the Dollar Tree, and I'm using a tin to work on, so you can use like an old cookie tray or something metal, because you're going to be hot gluing as well. So you're going to run your strings and tape it down with masking tape along the top, and then you're going to pull your strings straight down and mark them down with masking tape along the bottom, and then you're going to run your gems right across each of the strings in positions that you'd like. If you want some strings shorter, you can put 3 beads. If you want them longer, you can put 5 beads. Totally up to you what lengths you're looking for. And then you're going to individually hot glue each piece. You're going to allow it to dry for about a minute, and then you're able to pop off each of the rows, and they will just pop right off the metal. So for this, you can just put individual pieces, but since I already have them on a string, I'm going to just line up a couple pieces the way I'd like to position them. I was thinking of having some feed through either side to use as like the hanging string, but I'm going to use some of the diamond wrap from the Dollar Tree. So here I'm going to line up a bunch of little gems and crystals along the bottom, and then I'm going to just use hot glue to glue it to the board, and then also along the top, and I'll share with you how I'm going to have some danglies happen on this little mason jar as well. Now I'm going to flip the mason jar on its front, and I'm going to work on the back. So you want to use the bottom area here of the mason jar, and you're going to attach the little strings. So you're going to hot glue some of the, make sure you have a little bit extra string. You don't cut that piece off because you need this for the dangling effect. So you're going to line up your gems the way you would like them, or how you visually would like to see them hanging. Then you're going to apply a daub of hot glue right onto the back of the mason jar or this plaque, and then you're going to wait till it solidifies. It takes a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds, and then you can move on to the next chain. Once all the danglies are in place, I flipped it back on its front. I'm going to create a little hanging string with diamond wrap from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just measuring out about the length that I would like it, and I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm just going to actually reapply this with some hot glue. I'm going to put a daub on the back and then a daub on the front, and that should secure it in place. The board is not very heavy, so a little command hook or a nail will keep this in place with the diamond wrap hanging on the wall. Shouldn't see it falling off. If you want to be a little bit safer, make sure you feed it through the hole. That way it's not going anywhere, but I'm pretty confident this is not falling anywhere. Once I applied all this hot glue, it was really sturdy. These are called shingles. They're found in a big giant bundle at Home Depot or Rona, and they have all sorts of sizes in the mix. I have so many. I even made the cutest porch decor sign that's still sitting out there, holding up so nicely even through the rain. I absolutely love my sign that's on the porch. But for this one here, I really wanted to keep still this natural wood color. However, I wanted to make it look a little more wash worn or weather worn. So I'm taking some of that white acrylic paint that I used for the very first mason jar that I was working with. While one thing was drying, then I worked with the other. So I'm just applying a little bit more of this antique white in certain areas to accent this board. And then my cloth is damp, so it makes for blending the acrylic paint very easy. And yeah, so then I'm going to just share with you how I'm transforming this into a little bit of a wall decor piece, or it's going to be sitting. I have these cute little shelves in my craft room and I wanted to accent it, so I have this cute little quote that spoke to me from the calendar from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna Mod Podge it onto here. Super simple DIY, but I just wanted to give you, the looks, the two different looks to show you. One's going in my daughter's room, one's going in my craft room. Two different ideas, however, two very similar techniques. Because the board is thinner, I'm going to use the words, the sentiment here, and again I'm ripping because I like the look of torn paper rather than me cutting it out in a perfect square or rectangle. And then I'm actually saving this beautiful kind of like a water painted picture, and I'm going to apply this as well on the board because I just absolutely love the floral work in this, and the colors, they're just so soft and warm. And I have a lot of the teal and the pink in my craft room. Those are my existing colors, so this I thought would tie in perfectly with my craft room. If you want to take a peek at my craft room, I have shared it on the channel before. Feel free to browse that. I will link it down in the description below and a little card up top. So now what I'm going to do is apply a nice amount of Mod Podge on the surface of the wood plaque, and just using my sponges again from the Dollar Tree. All this material, the Mod Podge, everything can be bought at the Dollar Tree. Then I'm just going to position the sentiment and the beautiful picture right onto here. And you can use this same technique where I'm Mod Podging the top, but you can use the same technique that I used for the previous DIY, which was with blending colors onto the board or background. I really love the look of this natural wood. It does tie in with my craft room and the things that I have there now, so I didn't need it to be I didn't want it to be painted. However, feel free if you'd like to blend in some colors like that. Again, I'm using a little roll of plastic, and this DIY is done. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I look forward to sharing more with you in the very near future. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day, and thank you so very much for watching. Bye for now.
you.